Welcome, fellow seekers of wisdom, to a journey that delves into the art of flirting, mastering subtle cues that women notice, guided by the timeless principles of Stoicism. While some may see flirting as a light-hearted game, in the realm of Stoic thought, we approach it with both awareness and purpose. Flirting, after all, is an interaction where subtlety and understanding reign supreme, qualities Stoicism refines in each of us. This video will unfold in 3 essential parts, each one a vital step in mastering the art of subtlety. Together, these pieces form the complete puzzle, and missing one would be like trying to read half a scroll, its message left unfinished. Part 1. Self-mastery and control. Before we can interact with others, we must master ourselves. In this segment, we'll explore how the Stoic concept of eupatheiai, positive emotions rooted in rational understanding, helps you build inner calm, allowing you to flirt without neediness or anxiety. This is the foundation. The more you control your own mind, the more you radiate confidence without forcing it. Part 2. Reading and responding to subtle cues. Flirting is often about what is unsaid. We'll dive into the importance of observing non-verbal signals through the lens of Stoic mindfulness. The art of observation, one of the pillars of Stoicism, helps you be present and attuned to small gestures and expressions that often go unnoticed. Part 3. The balance between intention and detachment. Finally, we approach the delicate balance of expressing interest while remaining detached from the outcome. As Stoics, we know that our power lies in action, not in the results of those actions. This part will help you approach flirting without the fear of rejection, keeping your inner tranquility intact, regardless of the response. By following the wisdom of Stoic philosophy, you will gain not only the skills to master subtle communication, but also a sense of inner strength that naturally draws others to you. If this resonates with you, subscribe to the channel and be sure to watch through to the end. Each part is essential, like individual brushstrokes in a painting. Together, they create the full masterpiece, one that could transform how you navigate relationships. Let us begin. Part 1. Self-mastery and control. Welcome to the first and perhaps the most important part of this journey, self-mastery and control. In the ancient Stoic tradition, we are taught that before we can engage with the world, we must first learn to master ourselves. This is especially true in matters of attraction, where emotions often run high and instincts can lead us astray. When we talk about flirting, the natural tendency is to think of outward actions, what to say, how to act, how to impress. But the Stoics remind us that before we turn our gaze outward, we must first look within. The key to subtle, effective communication lies in the mastery of our own emotions. And this mastery is what the Stoics call eupatheiai, or rational, positive emotions. Why is this important in flirting? Because neediness, anxiety, and insecurity are felt by others, even if they're never spoken. The more you allow your emotions to govern your actions, the more others will sense that inner turmoil. This is why, in this first part, we focus on self-control, on training our minds to remain calm, centered, and unaffected by external events, including the fear of rejection or the desire for approval. Imagine the strength you convey when you flirt from a place of calm, from a place where you're not seeking validation, but simply enjoying the moment. Women notice this. It's not just the words you say, it's the energy you project. A Stoic understands that attraction begins with self-assurance, not bravado or pretense. In this part, we will explore how to cultivate that self-assurance through Stoic practices, meditation on your own value, reflection on your impermanence, and the development of a mindset that is indifferent to outcomes. For the Stoic, Success in flirting isn't about winning or losing. It's about the control you maintain over your own state of mind. By the end of this part, you will understand that the art of subtle cues doesn't start with external techniques, but with internal mastery. Only when you have control over yourself can you truly begin to connect with others on a deeper, more meaningful level. Part 2. Reading and responding to subtle cues. Welcome back to Part 2, where we move beyond the mastery of self and turn our focus to the art of understanding others, reading and responding to subtle cues. In the practice of flirting, what often separates those who struggle from those who succeed isn't just what is said, but what is noticed. It's in the nuances, the unspoken signals, where true connection begins. And this, my friends, is where the Stoic principle of keen observation comes into play. The Stoics were masters of observing the world around them, understanding that much of what is important in life is not immediately obvious. In the same way, subtle cues in social interactions, eye contact, body language, a brief smile, speak volumes without a word. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, nothing has such power to broaden the mind as the ability to systematically and truly observe all that comes in life. In this part, we will explore how to sharpen your senses to pick up on these delicate signals. The key is to be fully present, focused not on your next move, but on the moment itself. When you are free from internal distractions, when you have achieved self-mastery, you can truly observe the other person. Their tone of voice, their physical posture, the small gestures they make, all of these are clues to how they feel and how they are responding to you. But reading these cues is only half of the equation. The true Stoic is not merely an observer, but a responder. Once you've picked up on these signals, how do you respond? Do you push forward? Do you take a step back? Stoicism teaches us the importance of balance, of responding to the moment with just the right amount of action. If you sense receptivity, engage gently. If you detect hesitation, give space. What we learn in this part is that flirting at its best is a dance of awareness. It is not about forcing a connection, but about being in tune with the other person's energy. And the more skilled you become in reading these subtle cues, the more effortless your interactions will become. By the end of this section, you will understand that flirting is not about imposing yourself on another, but about recognizing the signals they send and responding with wisdom and grace. In this, you become not just a participant, but an artist, one who engages in subtlety, sensitivity, and mastery of the moment. Part 3. The balance between intention and detachment. Welcome to Part 3, where we complete our journey by exploring one of the most profound aspects of Stoic philosophy, the balance between intention and detachment. In the art of flirting, as in life, it's easy to become overly attached to outcomes. We flirt with the hope of a favorable response, and when we don't receive it, we feel disappointment. But a true Stoic knows that peace lies in striking a delicate balance between intention and detachment. So what does this mean for us here? It means that while we approach flirting with genuine interest and clear intention, we do so without becoming enslaved to the results. You can be sincere in your desire to connect, but Stoicism teaches us to remain detached from what happens next. We aim to act with excellence, yet release our grip on whatever comes of it. This concept echoes the wisdom of Epictetus, who said, "Some things are within our control and some things are not. Your actions, your words, your presence, your energy, these are within your control. But the response of another person, their feelings, their openness or rejection, these are not." And it's in this understanding that we find our freedom. In this part, we'll explore how to navigate the delicate interplay between intention and detachment. When you flirt, Flirt with purpose. Be clear about your interest. Communicate it openly and subtly. But don't allow the fear of rejection or the desire for approval to cloud your mind. The Stoic approach reminds us that true confidence lies in acting with integrity regardless of the outcome. Detachment doesn't mean indifference. It doesn't mean you don't care. It means that your peace of mind is not dependent on how things unfold. Whether the interaction leads to a deeper connection or not, you remain grounded. This in itself is a powerful signal to others. When you are unattached to outcomes, it radiates calm, strength, and confidence, qualities that are undeniably attractive. By the end of this final section, you'll have learned that the art of flirting, like all things in life, is not about controlling others, but about mastering yourself. Flirt with intention, engage with presence, but always remain free from the chains of expectation. For in doing so, you embody the Stoic wisdom that true power lies in how you conduct yourself, not in how others respond to you. In mastering this balance, you will not only become more effective in your interactions, but also more at peace within yourself, no matter the outcome. And that, my friends, is the essence of Stoic flirting. We've reached the end of our journey, where we've unraveled the deeper wisdom behind the art of flirting, mastering subtle cues that women notice through the lens of Stoicism. Let's briefly recap the essential lessons from each part, because together they form a complete picture, one that will not only enhance your interactions, but also help you grow as an individual. In Part 1, Self-Mastery and Control, we learned that true flirting begins within. Before you can hope to connect with someone else, you must first master your own emotions. The Stoic practice of controlling your inner state, remaining calm, centered, and free from anxiety, creates an aura of confidence. This self-assuredness, when cultivated, becomes the foundation for all meaningful interactions. In Part 2, Reading and Responding to Subtle Cues, we shifted our focus outward. Stoicism teaches us the value of careful observation, of being fully present in the moment. We explored how subtle non-verbal cues can reveal more than words, and how becoming skilled at reading these signals allows you to respond wisely and with balance. The art of flirting lies not in what you say, but in how attuned you are to the other person's energy and how gracefully you respond. Finally, in Part 3, the balance between intention and detachment, we delved into the most advanced Stoic principle, acting with clear intention while remaining detached from outcomes. Here, we found freedom. Flirting with purpose is essential, but clinging to a specific result only leads to suffering. By detaching from the need for a particular response, you demonstrate true confidence. This balance is the key to not only being effective, but also staying at peace, regardless of how things unfold. In mastering these three aspects, self-mastery, subtle observation, and the balance of intention and detachment, you will find that flirting becomes less of a game and more of a graceful, authentic expression of who you are. Remember, each part is a fragment of a greater whole. To fully understand the Stoic approach to flirting, it's essential to see how these lessons interconnect. If you haven't already, I encourage you to subscribe and watch the entire video from beginning to end, because only when these ideas are absorbed together will their full power be revealed. Thank you for joining me on this path. Let Stoicism guide you not just in love, but in all aspects of life.